Here on Clarissa Says, Clarissa says it all, and that's how she feels. Well, you guys, it is a lovely day out today, so I'm going to go ahead and take time out to say that. But let's talk about the economy. The economy is shit. The economy sucks. There shouldn't be people that still make $12, $13, $14 an hour. Yeah, some people that make $8 an hour as minimum wage is like, well, that's a lot of money compared to what I'm making, but it really isn't. Like, we are on a minuscule scale where, like, a dollar change and maybe a couple of dollars gets us like, yeah, hype and pumped, when truthfully they are getting like $100 raises, $1,000 raises, thousands of dollars in revenue coming to them in their sleep while they're awake every hour. We're talking about an hourly wage, whereas from a minuscule scale of maybe like 8 to 20, whereas they're talking about a salary raise that is from a scale of a day, maybe $5,000, $100 per day, $1,000 per hour, $100 per hour even. Like, seriously, we're on like this much of a scale compared to the people that actually making real money. And we shouldn't have to be owners of businesses to do so. Now, trust me, I do understand businesses and how it works. And, you know, we do have finances and they do have finances, things they can pay. But with this economy and things rising, the inflation rate is so high compared to like back in the day. It's ridiculous. If you guys take the time out and actually went online and typed in 1992, $1 compared to how much it is right now, you'll see what it says. It's cents. If you were to say, okay, I made $35,000 a year right now in 2017, and see what it says for 1990, 1995, even 2000 is the difference. 35,000 is way less than what it is back in the day. So again, we're talking about the weight of the currency. And if you guys haven't noticed, I don't say money, I say currency, because what we use isn't money. Money is backed by something, like gold. Back in the day, I think before the Great Depression, 1929, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe we're on 1939, but I know for a fact 1920 something, I think. They basically, before the Great Depression, it was backed by gold. The dollar is backed by gold. Now it's not backed by gold. It's backed by faith and trust. That's it. Our money is backed by faith and trust. So it's just currency, which is like a flow of energy. Currency is a flow of energy. So right now what we're using is just paper, which is, we put energy towards it, which makes it have a value. So this green paper with a $1 equals $1 I could go spend at the store. This green yellowish paper is $10. And so I can spend $10 and maybe buy 10 things for $1 at the store. We put that faith and trust in $1 being worth that amount. Whereas before, it was, okay, you have gold, and your gold that you brought in, or vice versa, is now backed by this dollar. So you brought me a pound of gold, and then from that pound of gold that you brought me, I now give you this amount of dollars. However amount, I don't remember the increments. I don't know. I wasn't there, but maybe I was. I don't know. But I know for a fact that it was, okay, here's the gold. Behind the gold is the dollar. We don't have that anymore. It's faith and trust. And so the money right then and there is fake. With that being said, the economy is crap. You have people that can work 4, 5, 10 years at places and get, what, 50 cents raises. Some people don't even get raises. I know a lady that haven't got raised within 4 years. And that's an issue, because everybody gotta live. I don't care if you make $20 an hour or not. You gotta live. You should be able to get more money. Like, you should be able to get paid more, not because of the society of a pay rate, but because your company has the obligation and has the funds to do so. It's not that they don't have the funds. They're getting paid money. Now, I understand some companies are small companies and it's not like that. That's understandable. Then you have to understand where you're at and understand your position, understand what you do. So of course, every single thing isn't going to be that way. But if you're working in a company that can pay you and they choose not to pay you because they're just cheap and they rather make you pay for yourself, which is how a lot of companies do. If you bring in over $100,000 worth of currency and you see what your income of not even $30,000, or if you do $40,000, that's nothing compared to you bringing in them $100,000. Like, do the math. Like, that's nothing. Like, and that's not even like, you say you bring in $100,000 a year. Let's say you actually do bring in money like monthly. Like, I could collect like $50,000 or more a year. I'm sorry, a month. I apologize, a month. But yet from that $50,000, how much am I receiving my normal pay rate? That's not fair. That's not even like 1%. If you do all the math, if you collect $50,000 every month times 12, and then all you're getting is your base, and even if you do make a little bit more than $20 an hour, I'm sorry, that's still nothing compared to what they're receiving, and all they gotta do is pay you. Like, you guys need to wake up. This economy is bad. We should not be in a standing where we don't understand that Washington D.C. is a corporation. We don't understand that when it comes down to Donald Trump, people talk about Trump. Well, oh my gosh, Trump is going to go ahead and fuck up the economy. Well, guess what, you guys? The economy is already fucked up. All Trump is doing is being a puppet. He's just coming in and doing what they told him to do. What he is the face. He's just the face. He takes the notes of the big honcho. There's always someone ahead of him or above him, or above the president. There's always something higher than the CEO, which is maybe the owner of the business. But in this case, do we know the owner? Just saying. Does anyone really know the owner of America? I really don't know that there is an owner of America, but I'm pretty sure there is someone that's higher that he has to take rules and take direction and make sure he follows certain regulations and certain things. And I don't know who that person is, or who the council is, or who the people are. But of course, I mean, the Senate, all that, of course. But I mean, even people before them, because they're on his level, kind of. But of course, the president is way above them. But, you know, they make decisions together. So the Congress, the state, all that makes decisions together. With that being said, though, the president does have the final say so. But what does he have to follow? The regulations and rules that someone else basically told him to do. So he's like a puppet. The economy is fucked up because the economy is fucked up. The economy is fucked up because our currency is fake. It's like paper. It's literally digits. It's digits in a computer system. It's not as if we have anything that's backed up. It's not backed by anything besides our faith and our trust that we're going to basically be able to use this currency to survive. But in truth and in reality, it's fake money. It's just fake. So when people say, oh, well, I don't know about Donald Trump and I fucking can't stand that he's in office. I don't understand how they can have Trump in office. He's going to mess up the whole economy. Well, you're right. He probably is, but it's not him actually doing it. The economy is messed up already. Before he came into office, he's messed up. What can he? There's nothing else that he can do besides do what they're telling him to do to make the economy better, but truthfully make it just as worse. So all he's doing is seeing through a plan that's already has been written and in effect. That's it. All he's doing is being that person that shows the personal speaker for the public personal speaker that now has great selling skills, just for the fact because he sold America to the point that people are like, oh, well, he says he's gonna build a wall. Well, I'm there, you're right. He's building that wall because why? They want separation. They don't want us to be able to go anywhere. Here in Americans are screwed. We get all of our resources from other people. Now, yeah, we do have farms here. We do have people that do still farm and do irrigation, agricultural, you know, up in rural areas and different locations. But the average American that I know is in a city or some form of a town that basically goes to a store to get their food. Some towns are lucky to say people actually grow most of their herbs and their fruits and vegetables and go straight to a small farmer's market, which is great and awesome. But a lot of people don't have the option. So when you have a population of people that now are depending on the government, which is a corporation, which is who we work for, which you guys are that's the reason why I mentioned Washington D.C. because all of us are working for that company, which is the White House, working for the president. Because without the president mandating basically our infrastructure where we buy and sell produce and go back and forth, which is go back to like the New York stock market, things of that nature. If we didn't have someone that's actually doing that process, we were all dying not to be able to survive. So I think that they're cutting off our survival skills because, of course, what's going to happen when we do get to a point, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but I think it may, we get to a point where it's like, okay, well, we don't have the opportunity to go to the store anymore and buy food from a grocery store. Now what are you going to do? People are going to jump up and leave America quicker than I can say quick. People are going to get up and leave, especially people that are not even from here originally. They're going to go back to their homes and where they can live, because overseas in like Jamaica and Africa and a lot of places that are not fully, like, even they are modernized. When I say not fully modernized, they are modernized. They just still have their land. They still live by the land. They're still able to create their food. They're still able to live and live off the land. Whereas us, we don't have a fresh water system. One, We don't know where to get food. 2, if something happens, we're going to automatically ask the government. 3, so we have no defense mechanisms. So truthfully, we're dependent upon this economy, which is why they're able to pay us this rate. If everyone was to stand up and say, you know what, I'm not going to work, I'm not working for this, they would have to change. And because people are okay with what's going on, they're satisfied and they're able to do and pay us however they please. We're just peons to them. We're just pawns in their checkerboard game that they're playing, and we're just living these lives through them because they are setting up us to live for them. Like, you get up every single morning to basically go to work to pay your bills, whereas they get up every single morning to basically live and get money and help and find ways to make other people pay their bills, may probably, you know, actually get money for the company, which is America, get us from having war, where the wars, people don't understand a war. We're saying, I think original war was over like oil. Why? Because we need oil for everything. They made oil for everything, like petroleum jelly. It's everything that we do. Now they're trying to do ethanol for which is just full corn, for gas, because that's easier to make. But petroleum is truly gas, and they're fighting over getting gas because that's our natural resource. We need that resource, and there's not a lot of places that we can go and get gas. So now we have to fight to find locations for gas and things of that nature, and no one really understands the economy as it is. People don't understand. If we all set up and say, you know what, forget all of this, we know we have the control of the population and set up for ourselves together, we can make a change. But it's not going to take one person. It has to be understanding, 1, and 2, it has to be a knowledge of knowing what to do next. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, we don't have to work. Of course we have to work. But I'm saying the fact that we are okay. Like, I know people, I can talk to people, and they're okay with making $8 an hour. They're okay with making certain rates that are above minimum wage. But because their job gives it to them, they're satisfied. They're content. I'm not content. I need more. I always need more. I always need more money. I got to get paid. And I found ways to get paid. You do never get content because there's so many opportunities that you can have in America. Other places do not have the opportunities we have here. Yes, the economy is shit, but we have a lot of opportunities here. That's why it's like the American dream. You know, everything is in debt. That's the reason why we're in shit as far as the economy, because instead of other countries and places, you have to buy your things in whole, or at least do payment plans. You have to buy them. You have to put towards it, and every month you do that. Instead of here, you buy a house, it's that plus interest, and then you're in debt. You got a card, people give you credit cards without you even knowing what a credit card is, and then you're in debt. You go get a degree for something that you're not even going to use, and then you're in debt. You go and buy a car, but you don't have the money to buy a car in cash, and now you're in debt. These are the things that make our economy fuck up. If every single person, when they took out something, paid it back, then we wouldn't be in this issue. But because they just give, and that's what happened at the crash, was the housing crash 2008, and it just give, and no one's able to actually take care of it. Not because they can't take care of it, because of their jobs not paying them up, because their job laid them off, because of financial no residual. They don't teach you to be on your own. They teach you to always have a master, someone in control of you. And then they have a select few people that actually think and say, no, I'm gonna find a business for my own, and then they're now business owners. And even then, people try to be business owners, but it doesn't sometimes work. So with that being said, it's all a matter of, you know, mentality. Some people can be business owners, some people can't be business owners. That's okay. So we need workers, we need people that are business owners, we need people to actually do things in the society. Everyone can't do the same thing. Everyone can't be the same. So everyone has their own title, everyone has their own calling and path and life purpose. But in this economy, it is something that can be changed if we really wanted to. All of this house market crash and these you know, plummets in the economy is because we don't have the funds to basically put out. If people just live within their means, this would solve so many problems. But that's the point, and the problem with America. The point of America is not to live within your means. The point is to have debt. Once you have debt, now you're indebted to America, and now the money is going to America, and America can flourish because that's what America can flourish off of, is a debt. They don't flourish off of everyone having their assets and what they do as well. But this economy is ran based off debt. But you know, I have this asset, you have this asset, and then this is how much we have together, and every single person in America have these assets. Bam. What you can say now? No, we have this amount of debt. That's why that's all, we are trillions and trillions of debt. I think trillions of dollars in debt to China because we just keep borrowing. That's a problem in America. We just keep borrowing. But then the thing is, once you start to borrow, you can't stop. You just can't stop borrowing. Once you start borrowing, you can't stop. It's like something that, you can continue to do because you can do it. Now, me, I'm a smart female. I don't just borrow. I pay everything cash. Everything is paid in cash. Everything is cash. If I need a proof, I get a check from the bank showing that I paid this in cash. But, it says a cashier check, kind of. But still, I pay my things in cash. So therefore, I'm not indebted to anything. We have to start being owners. And especially people that want to be something as besides just a worker, start owning everything. Anything you want, own it. Don't pay on anything. Now, in this economy, being that I'm not rich, to buy a house, you have to have a certain amount of credit, certain amount of things like that. But if you are paying for everything in cash and you never touched your credit is going to automatically be good, over 600. And that, I don't know if anyone has not, because it's nothing that's factual, you can look it up. Your credit's going to automatically be good, especially if a bank account, and I'm not saying this not going to put on a bank right now, but just in case you have a bank account, it will be good. It will definitely, be above 600. So you really don't need credit. All you need is cash. And even if you have bad credit, it doesn't make a difference because it's cash. If you spend, you can purchase. If you have the cash, you can spend. If you want to spend and want to purchase, all you need is cash. It's simple. You just gotta get the money. Even if you want to buy a house and you can afford to buy a house, don't go and say, okay, I'm putting down 3% of the house and then have all of these years of debt because you wanted a house. You should put down more on top of that 3%, so therefore your payments are lower, so that there's not so much interest on the house. Or, in an obscure world where we can't do, because we are kind of people that want things that we can't afford, just wait, save up for your money, and buy a house, buy land, find some cheap land, and buy a house top of the land. Now guess what? You own the land. 1, you can do anything with the land, and then 2, you own the house, and you can do anything with the house. All you do is pay property taxes. That's it. But the fuck up part that happened, the thing that happened with our economy, the mess up thing that happened with our economy, is the fact that everyone was giving houses out and no one had the money and we didn't have the money to pay back and things of that nature, and it just really messed the economy up. And before that, the economy is messed up because we don't really have a dollar that's backed by anything. So that's just basically showing you that it's just digits. So can you repay back something that's not there? Really, truthfully, no. But this is what's going on. Now, going back to Trump, he's just another puppet put into place. Yeah, he says a whole bunch of things he's going to do, but let's see how many things he actually does that he said he's going to do. Because just be honest. The things that he is going to do or are doing are things that they wanted him to do, whoever's in charge of him, because there's always a boss in front of everyone. At the end of the day, regardless of it being a Trump or someone else, it's going to be a messed up economy, because this is the time for it. You can't run away from the time that we're in. This is a time that we're in, and this is a time that is going to be. The economy is messed up. Now, what you can do to make sure that you survive through this is basically, make as much money as you can. Not even save, live your life. Do what you can to live your life. Make as much money as you can, and then live. That's all I can say, because if you don't live, then you're letting them win, because you're not doing things that you want to do. I'm not saying don't actually spend on things because you want to save to fluctuate your economy and help yourself out. I'm not saying that. You have to spend. You have to live your life. Do whatever you want. Just don't get yourself in debt. But then the economy is debt, which is why the economy is shit. So the only advice I can say is just think positive. Try to pay every single thing that you can. Everything. Any and everything that you can. Try to pay it in cash, just to eliminate debt. And then when it does come down to that, because you do have to put up credit for some things, make sure that even if, say for instance, you do have the money and you have to use credit to make sure that you're building up your credit for other things, okay, put the money away, put the money aside, and have the company or whatever it is take out the funds from your account. So okay, I need to buy this, I don't have the full amount. but I do have $5,000. So I'll go ahead, put $5,000 in the account, leave it alone, and keep adding on top of it. Keep adding on top of it. Keep adding on top of it. But as you add on top of it, things are coming out. So don't start with nothing. Start with at least a base. So therefore, you're able to actually let it level. See you tomorrow. So you can actually let it level your life, and where you're not just in debt, you're paying off. Because what happens with cars is you're in debt, but instead now you're playing the game where you're not truly in debt because you have the money and you're continuously to basically build it up, but you didn't actually give it all to them. So to them, it's you're taking out the credit card, and you're not, you're not actually taking care of yourself and your bills by yourself. But with American, you have to use cards. So it's not saying like you're not taking care of yourself, but I'm just saying with this fact. So just to explain the way to basically do it. But you can definitely just do it like that, which would be an easier way. So make sure that you don't default on your cards, and then now you have a charged off card and you're in debt. So that's all basically that I have to say. I do appreciate your time, and have a wonderful day.